Loss is one of those things that just connects us all. One minute, someone's there, their voice, their laugh, just filling up a room. And then, just like that, they're gone, leaving nothing but memories. For all of human history, that was pretty much the end of the story. But what if it isn't anymore? Today, we're going to dig into how new technology is starting to completely rewrite the rules of grief itself. Yeah, this idea really frames grief as, well, as a part of being human. It's not just something you get over, it's this painful, messy journey that completely shatters your sense of normal and makes you ask, okay, who am I now? It's slow, you definitely don't choose it, but maybe it's essential. And that is the massive question at the heart of this whole explainer. Think about it. What used to be the stuff of seances and mediums, well, now it belongs to software engineers and big corporations. And they're all whispering this incredibly tempting question in our ear. What if you could talk to them just one more time? So let's start right there, with that feeling, that almost unbearable ache when you're grieving, that desperate wish to just hear their voice again, or get one more text. Well, it turns out there's a whole new industry popping up to sell you exactly that. Okay, so how does it work? Well, for a price, you can hand over all your texts, old voicemails, photos, everything, and an algorithm will churn through it all and build a digital copy of the person you lost. These companies are literally selling digital resurrection, promising to ease that pain, even if it's just for a little while. And the most popular version of this is what people are calling a dead bot or a grief bot. If you've seen the show Mismatched, you know what I'm talking about, the dad bot. A character builds to talk to her dad again. The tech is pretty straightforward. It scrapes a person's entire digital footprint, every text, every email, every social media post, and learns to talk exactly like them. And look, you can totally see the appeal, right? It's a chance to say the things you never got to say, to feel that connection again, to just take the edge off that crushing absence. But here's the thing with tech. It's not real. It's a simulation. And that's where we need to shift gears, from the personal comfort to the real cost of all this. Because this isn't just about helping individuals feel better. Oh no, this is about a huge economic shift. Grief, our memories, nostalgia, these are now things you can put a price tag on. And we're talking about a staggering amount of money. $2 billion. That's how big the so-called nostalgia economy is. And yeah, you see it with the big headlines, companies buying the rights to dead celebrities. But the tech behind that is the exact same tech that lets someone talk to a digital version of their grandma. It's all part of the same machine, turning our memories into a resource to be mined. There's a name for this business model, and it's pretty wild. Digital necromancy. And it fits, right? It's about using AI to bring back legends, to create a brand new Beatles album or a new Michael Jackson track that sounds like it came straight from their golden years. For a company, this is a dream come true, a completely risk-free investment. And this chart just lays out the cold, hard numbers. A living, breathing artist, they're unpredictable. They want to try new things, they argue over contracts, they take time to create. But an AI ghost of a legend, you've got a built-in fan base, a contract that never changes, and you can generate new hits overnight. You do the math. From a business standpoint, it's a no-brainer. And it gets even crazier when you look closer. An AI Elvis, he stays young forever. A digital icon, they're not going to get into a Twitter feud. They don't need health insurance, they don't ask for raises, they never get tired. One analyst called it a zero-cost infinite slave model. It creates this zombie monopoly where new artists have to compete with perfect AI-powered ghosts with massive marketing budgets. Okay, so this all leads to the big question. What about the consequences? We've got this incredibly powerful tech and a multi-billion-dollar industry built on it, but absolutely zero rules. We're in a total Wild West when it comes to the ethics of it all. And here's the central problem legally. Who owns you after you're gone? I mean, think about it. Most of us don't have a digital will. We just leave this massive, messy trail of data behind. So who gets to decide what happens to it? Your family? Or should we just let the dead rest? The scary part? Right now, the law is completely silent. The second you die, you're no longer a data subject. All those privacy laws like GDPR, poof, they don't apply. Your rights are gone, your entire digital self, your personality, your voice, it's all up for grabs. Anyone can scoop it up and use it however they want, with zero legal protection for you or your legacy. So there's this huge legal black hole, but there's also a psychological one. This is super important. Grief isn't just a feeling. It's a full-on biological event. It literally rewires your brain, changing the parts that handle your emotions, your memories, your decisions. This rewiring process, it's called neuroplasticity, is how your brain naturally heals and adapts to a world without that person. It's how we learn to live with loss. And this is where grief tech could be really risky. By giving you this perfect simulation, it might make you dependent on it. It could stop you from ever truly accepting the loss, which is a key part of healing. You're basically hitting the pause button on your brain's natural healing process. Some experts are even worried it could lead to this feeling of being stalked by the dead, where you can never really escape and move forward. So what do we do? Well, we're going to need a whole new rulebook, and smart people are already working on it. They're talking about things like a right to be forgotten, so your data can actually be deleted for good, or data inheritance, where you can decide who controls your digital self after you're gone. And most importantly, some real safeguards for harm prevention, so our data can't just be exploited. But okay, let's zoom out. Because these dead bots and grief tech, they're really just the first step. The end game here isn't just about faking death. It's about ending it. It's about achieving full-on digital immortality. This is the big sci-fi idea of mind uploading or whole brain emulation. We're not talking about a chatbot that just mimics you. We're talking about uploading your entire consciousness, your memories, your personality, you, into a digital space, letting you live forever. And there are basically two main theories on how we might get there, and both come with a mind-bending philosophical question. First, there's the scan and copy idea. You do a super detailed scan of your brain, which probably destroys it, and create a perfect digital copy. But is that copy really you, or is it just a clone of you? Then there's the gradual replacement path. We slowly replace your brain's neurons with synthetic ones. This brings up that old ship of Theseus paradox. If you replace every single part of something, is it still the same thing at the end? Are you still you? Now, this all might sound like something out of a movie, but believe it or not, people are already drawing up the roadmaps. It starts now with things like mapping primate brains and trying to write the first set of laws. From there, it moves to using partial brain emulations to treat diseases, then to the first real transfer prototypes, and maybe, just maybe, to a future where digital citizens are an actual thing. And that brings everything right back to us, right now. We're standing on the edge of something huge. On one side, you have grief as we've always known it. It's messy, it hurts, but it's part of being human. And on the other side, a future where grief can be digitized, managed, maybe even avoided forever. The tech is moving at lightning speed, but we're the ones who have to answer the question. If we can create a world without loss, a world where we can simulate love on demand, what part of us is still human?